What is good? What is good, you guys? Welcome back to my channel and my podcast. If you are listening or watching over on YouTube, what is good, you guys? Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. If you're listening over on my podcast, over on Spotify, and now Apple Music, make sure you follow the podcast for more exclusive content. So it's super early in the morning, you guys, and I got this email from this client that just had a light bulb moment. And I realized that I've been talking about everyone is you pushed out with all of my clients lately. And I don't think I even have a video on my channel of everyone is you pushed out, what it truly means. And I want to share with you in this video in the most simplistic way what everyone is you pushed out truly means. So let's get into this video. Let's get into this conversation. So I want you guys to know, first and foremost, that everyone is you pushed out means that it's coming from your state of being. So everyone is you pushed out is coming from who you are being. So let's just say, because a lot of us, we look at the 3D, and let's just say for SP, because you can see this a lot in your specific relationships with people, that you and SP are having a little moment, a disagreement, and they say something that hurts your feelings, or they're doing something, there's a breakup, and you feel like all this stuff is happening to you. You now look at your specific person and you see the circumstances and what they're saying as something outside of you. And then you're saying that they are doing something to me and this is happening to me. And now I feel this way. I feel sad. I feel this because don't have my SP. But what everyone is you pushed out means. So let's just say, for example, someone says, because I got this in that email from the client, she said, because I don't have my SP, I feel lonely and emotional pain. When it's really, no, you don't have your SP because your state of being is someone who's lonely and feels emotional pain. That is who you are identifying with. And in the email, you could see that she was showing the life of someone who felt lonely and experienced emotional pain all the time. So, everyone is you pushed out means that everyone that shows up in your life that you have some sort of like situation with, whether it's boss, whether it's your SP, whether it's random people, you are emitting the state of being of someone who is lonely and feels emotional pain. So now everyone has to show you and mirror back to you who you are being, the life of someone who feels lonely and has emotional pain. So it's coming from your state of being, not that anything is separate outside of you and then you're taking it and you're seeing it as an attack that someone is doing something to you. So I'm going to run down a few examples that I've heard recently so you guys can really understand what I'm saying when I talk about this. So someone put in the comments, I need $100. What do I do? Because I don't see it in the 3D. And it's no, you don't have $100 because you need $100. You are in a state of need. So now you also added the condition and the belief that you need to do something to receive the $100. So you see, you guys, the states that we adopt because we feel in need, that we don't have the $100 because we feel in need. And you can't be in need. You have to already have your desires. You have to already be the one that has the money. If you have the $100, you're going to have the $100, right? So another one, someone said, it's been 3 years and he still hasn't come back yet. And it's no, he hasn't come back because you believe it's been 3 years. You're in a state where you put the time there, you put the condition there based on what you see outside. So you're taking cues from the outside and you're saying, well, it's been this long, it's been this long, it's been this long. And you're putting the time, you're putting this, the condition, the circumstance outside of you. So you are implying the separation instead of seeing that I am the source and there is only now. So he would have to be here now. If you believe he's here now, it has to be what you say it is. And that life will push out where it showed you that he is here now. But you're taking your cues from outside form that has no power unless you give it to the outside world. So you're giving all your awareness to time and space and placing the condition there, you guys. So now your life must show the years that you believe it's been. All right. And let's see one more. Someone said, I'm insecure because I feel like I'm fat. And it's no, you're fat because you feel you're in a state of insecurity. And the condition showed up as fatness. And so someone also said, I don't have any money. There is only lack I see. You don't have money because you're aware of lack. It is in your awareness. And so it's showing up. You're showing the life of someone who lacks money. But you know the thing about all of this, you guys, and I really want you to understand this. The reason why I say to you guys so much, and I won't stop saying it, to be indifferent to all the circumstances and all the forms that are appearing in 3D, the reason why we say that they don't matter is because they only come from your state of being. So it's about being indifferent to what's appearing because these conditions can show up in multiple ways. And you'll realize the more that you keep buying into this story, it's going to show over your whole life. So you may be in a state of lack and it could be showing up in money. But for someone else, it doesn't have to show up in money. It could be showing up in a lack of support from family, from friends. And it's all caused by the state of lack, the embodying the state of lack. So it's not what is showing up in form. What's showing up in form is showing you, mirroring to you that this is what you are aware of. You're aware of the state of lack, but the forms themselves have no meaning. This is why we say when you are indifferent to circumstances and you turn away from being aware of lack or being aware of not having your desire, being aware of not being of being lonely, and now you turn to seeing in your life what you want to see, you'll see it. So I have a good success story from my client. We just started working together, but we were working together for a month, and she already has an amazing success story. And I told her, like, just to acknowledge how effortless this success story was. So we first had our initial call and it went amazing. She was on a high, and I told her to be indifferent to the current circumstances and to see what she only wanted to see. So she told me that what she chose was she only chose to see love in her life, but before she was seeing a lack of love in her life. So she chose to see love, to see from the state of love. And so she decided to go out the past weekend, and she said that she ran into people that she had not talked to in such a long time, relationships that she thought was severed, and people just hugging on her, telling her how much they missed her, how much they love her, and how much they want to reconnect again. She saw a ex-SP that she had before, and he was just like, I just want to hang out with you. I'm sorry. Like, I care about you. Like, all these things. Because she said she was so indifferent to what was showing up that whole week that all she wanted to see was love. And so, even though she saw things in the face of the opposite, she just kept saying, I choose to see love. Now that's all she will see because she's becoming aware of being in the state of love, which is who you are, you guys. So what you're seeing is a reflection of who you are being when it comes to the relationships in your life, when it comes to your job, when it comes to everything. So again, if you're seeing the state of I don't feel good enough, it could also show up in your work. Just like this client, I've made a video on her situation, but she emailed me and she talked about how at her job she was seeing, that she might get fired and all these things and all these stories that she was projecting. But she just recently told me that she had success because she said that she was safe, secure, and chosen in her job. And so she actually ended up getting a raise, I think, but she got acknowledged for the company, and they talked about how valuable she was to the company. So she changed the story completely instead of continuing the story of I feel lack, because she was thinking that everything that was going on at the job, it was happening to her. But the feeling and the belief of lack might get fired. All those things were there before the conditions presented themselves, you guys. So I just want you guys to realize, make that switch, that sometimes you think the conditions are outside of you and they're just happening to you. So now you're on this thing because you feel separate from it and you're like, I need to fix, I need to chase, I need to get somewhere, I need to figure out how to get it because I don't have it. But when you are the source, you realize that if you are all things, that means you have all things. So you'll have the money because you're in a state of having, knowing that you are it, that nothing is separate from you, right? So that's why you need to be indifferent to what is, you guys, especially when it's something that is unfavorable with your SP or your situation or whatever. But but because it's just showing up and appearing in a form that doesn't necessarily mean anything, it's your state of being that you have to be conscious and considerate of. All right. And I want to make this clear for people who say, well, something just happened in my reality, things just happened in my reality, someone said something, or now we have this random third party that came out of the blue, out of like the situation with me and SP, things that you feel like you didn't ask for that just have shown up. Now remember, you guys, all things are welcome to appear in your awareness because you are source, and all things can exist because you exist in all different realities. So you have to see that everything is an invitation for you to take on that story. So if you see a potential third party and you say, oh my gosh, there's a third party there, or you believe in the story of there being a third party, or that your SP is doing something, or whatever it is, if you believe that that is the case, now you're buying into that illusion and that storyline. And so it must take form, you guys. But if you were to just see it and be neutral and indifferent to what was appearing, and you tell yourself who you are, you tell the story that you want to see, then your story must be so. But I want you guys to see that, because a lot of us look to the 3D to tell us who we are being and what's happening and what's occurring. And then we're basing our emotions and our state of being off of the 3D. No, you choose your state of being, and the world must conform. But if you are putting your power outside of yourself, all your power is going to a illusion, a dead 3D illusion that's always changing, but you're only moving similar timelines because you keep what's going on, a dead reality, what's happening in your awareness. And you're making it mean something about you, always implying the separation. So remember, there's only here now. There's only this now moment. And you get to decide what's happening right now in your life by the story and the state of being that you want to, be aware of being in. That's it, you guys. So nothing is just happening outside of you without your awareness. Okay? So, that's what everyone is you pushed out means, you guys. That's literally what it means, and that's exactly why circumstances don't matter, because they just show up in a way to show you who you're being. But it doesn't necessarily mean something about, who you are totally, because it's just showing you what state you're embodying currently. You can always choose another. There's so many states that you can exist in. So that's why you are indifferent to what's appearing. All right. So I love you, you guys. I hope that this resonates. I know it resonated. So get down in the comments and let me know. And thank you guys so much for all that you do. I'm so glad that we are growing, and it's been amazing to go on this journey with you. And I can't wait to continue to share more. So if you would like a session with me by phone or email, get down in the description box below. Check out my new link. I love that everything is there. And check out my podcast now over on Apple Podcast as well. And remember, imagination is on your side, and I am too. Bye.